Hello, welcome to Tarot Talk Tuesday. This is episode number 1. I am Nina Diedrich, the Magic Mom, and this is Magic Mom Ministries. I hope all of you are having a fantastic day and that my message reaches you all. Today we're going to do just a really quick weekly rundown, and we're going to look at what the energies are going to be like for the week. So this will be our little weekly check-in, and we're going to start with the Conversations with God Divine Wisdom deck to get our first card. I'm just going to pull one out of the box like this. That one. Okay. And it has this awesome picture. Okay. It says, I am not concerned about your worldly success. Only you are. It is true that when you achieve certain states of being over a long period of time, success in what you are doing in the world is very difficult to avoid. Yet you are not to worry about making a living. True masters are those who have chosen to make a life rather than a living. And I really think that that is going to be what this week is really going to be about. Us relearning the process of making a life instead of making a living, right? How many of you have been stuck on that fucking hamster wheel? So we're going to consult the Sacred Traveler Oracle today and the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. We're going to see how we can help further that along this week. Outside of the way. We're going to start with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot by Pamela Chen. This is one of my favorite decks. It's super freaking cute. And on those days when you need to pick me up, it's a really great one. All right, so our first card we pull out is the World. Okay, so the World is the card of balance. Okay, so you can see all 4 of the fixed signs figured there prominently, right? And she's got all her tools to make all of her stuff happen. And at the moment, she's flipping around from being upside down and realizing, hey, I did the stuff I need to do, right? And now, well, she gets to enjoy it. Okay? Sometimes we're already doing the things that we need to do and we don't even realize it. Here's the 7 of Cups, right? So many opportunities are presented to us every day that sometimes it's really hard to make a freaking decision. And that's when we need to really follow our gut, right? Your gut and your heart space are what tells you whether something that you're going to do is going to be something that's going to further you in your evolution or whether it's something that's going to block you. Let's get one more from this deck. This card. The King of Cups. Okay, so the King of Cups is completely stable on his concrete throne, even though he's completely surrounded by water. Good morning, Ronnie. And the King of Cups shows us that we have finally found this stability no matter everything, or no matter that everything around us kind of looks a little bit chaotic. And even though it looks like he's kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere, he looks completely serene in his environment. Probably because he knows in about 15 minutes, the water's going to drain out of all this bathtub and, it's not really an ocean after all. Things are not always what they seem, too, as well, guys. Remember that. Okay, let's switch over really quick to the Sacred Traveler Oracle. Let's get 3 from that, see what it has to add to this. There's 2. Okay, so we get expand your horizons and vast vistas. This is a new one for us. I'm sensing some journeys coming on, whether in your own headspace or in actual physicality. That's pretty cool. Taking shelter, which is kind of like the Hermit card. And this is about really getting into contact with your awareness inside yourself. It's not about listening to what other people are really telling you, but really being able to listen to what your own heart space is saying. Let's get one more from here. Oh, that one right there. And we get ascending the mountain. How apt is that, right? Keep going forward, everyone. No matter how sketchy that climb looks, there will always be a way to make it happen. So when we look at vast vistas and ascending the mountain especially, it kind of shows us that no matter where we decide that we need to go, basically our ascension and evolution is really the only goal. So if you're feeling pulled to go somewhere else right now, that's probably something that you're going to want to listen to. A lot of people are having to move to completely separate areas in order to kind of take shelter and come back into contact with that personal self of theirs. And some of us are only having to do it temporarily. We had to leave our house for 2 weeks and came back, and well, the whole energetics of our entire place had changed. And now it's been kind of a totally different ball game since we have come back, and everything's been kind of really smooth and been a lot easier. So, pardon me, sometimes really clearing out all of that crazy nonsense that we sometimes carry with us all the time is really what's going to kind of unblock us from achieving our next level. So speaking of next levels, why don't we grab from the soul coaching deck, see if it has any pointers on us and our current process for this week. Good morning, Rainbow Scenarios. I hope you're having a beautiful day, Rebecca. All right, so, okay, here it is, guys. Wisdom. All I need is truly within me, right? This is definitely the message that we're getting. So we're going to go ahead and read this one out of Denise Lynn's deck. And this is the Soul Coaching Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. She has tons of amazing decks. Eventually, I'm going to get all of them. Oops. Somebody called me. Weird. Okay, so the wisdom card says, the cup of wisdom is being presented to you. Oh my goodness. Phone's glitching out, you guys. I literally have somebody just like redialing my number and then hanging up. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so the cup of wisdom is being presented to you. Listen to the coincidence, signs, and synchronicities around you. Watch for messages from your angels and guides. Enlightenment is growing within you in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. Sit on the earth and allow her wisdom to fill you. Your soul wants you to know your wisdom has not only come from your joyous, carefree times, it's also bloomed from your failures, deflated dreams, and seemingly wrong turns in life. Cherish every experience, for all of it has deepened your wisdom, compassion, and your understanding. Also know that there's an innate wisdom within you always. It's simply a matter of being still and turning within in order to access it. Sometimes you may be so focused on the future or what's outside of you that you forget that wisdom is available to you now. Your affirmation is, all I truly need is within me. And this is going to be our kicker for this week, everyone. We're really being taught right now that all that we need is completely within us at this particular moment, energetically. And once we can actually look at those things and go, yes, I actually really do deserve that, and then it magically appears, right? I'm trying to manifest a new laptop, by the way, so if any of you see something, and that's kind of how it works, right? We tell somebody, hey, I'm looking for this thing, and next thing you know, we find it for, 75% of what the price would normally be, because we don't have to have it a certain way. And then it frees up the universe to be able to bring us exactly what we want. Instead of going, I want a pink Mustang. It has to be a 64 and a half with white wall tires and black seats, right? That's pretty specific. Okay. So chances of you finding that specific thing are a lot less, right? But if you go, I want to find the perfect vehicle for me for the highest good of everyone, right? See how much more open that is? And this is what we're going to really be working on over the next month, especially, is manifesting our highest good, not what we think our highest good is. And that is really the kicker, the biggest kicker. We think that, our ego self thinks that we know what we want already and what we need, but we really don't. Our higher aspect is the one who holds all those cards. And we're here to just experience everything and go, yeah, no, I don't like that. Yeah, that's fucking epic, and I totally want more of that. And in that way, wade through. And then as you make your preferences known, less of the things that you don't want in your life start to show up. And at first it's like, wow, I really miss that annoying relative that used to call me 3 times a week, and I'd have to talk down off the ledge and, remind them that they're a good person. And then next thing you know, they're only calling twice a week or once a week, or they're not calling at all because they found somebody else to vampire off of, right? This is the point in time right now, everyone, where if we have not removed the toxicity from our lives, it's being removed for us. And it may not be in the way that we wanted originally. So we have to be really, really careful about making sure we wake up, set our intentions properly, and then watch for the synchronicities as we go throughout our day, and that we're following the right path. And we can do that by, check in with your gut. How do you feel right now? Anxious or excited? It's a really fine line when you're going to really have to dissect for yourself. But it is your gauge. Let's get... let's see here. Let's close this out with the Affirmators card. Okay, so Story of My Life is our card from the Affirmators today. So for this week, as I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. Let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. We tell ourselves our own stories, everyone. And if you're constantly telling yourself, I always get shit on and nobody ever takes any time to, make sure I'm okay and blah, 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 floating down Pity River, right? Then, that's what you're going to be manifesting more of. If you can look at your life and go, I am so grateful for even that one fucking person that's always there. Maybe next thing you know, you'll have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or a whole tribe like I do. And it used to just be 1, right? Everything starts out small and gets bigger as it gains steam. It's like a snowball rolling downhill, right? Next thing you know, you have an avalanche. We never know when that stress point is going to break. So make sure you're taking shelter during the stormy times, realizing vast vistas are what's waiting for you, and we're all ascending this mountain together. If you need me, you know where I am. So, for me and Magic Mom Ministries, that's it for Tarot Talk Tuesday. I hope you all had a fantastic time. Hello, Fox Mama. I'm closing out for the day, but more than welcome to go back and watch. I love you all. Remember, be good and know you're already everything that you seek. I'll see you all tomorrow.